Welcome to 7 Days to Die Mining 101. I'm your host, Hive Tyrant 424, and let's get into digging a ditch. The first question that I get asked a lot is, when should I start mining? The answer is there's no clear one point in time where you should start mining, but it's not something that I think you should prioritize early in your game. I don't start digging for at least 6 or 7 days. But when you do start digging, what do you look for? Let's see, here's the iron. That's what iron looks like. You need that to make forged iron, which you'll need to make your iron tools. You'll need it to make forged steel, to make steel tools later, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. Rebar, that kind of stuff. Another node that you're going to want to look for is lead. That's this guy here. Use those to make buckshot for shotgun shells, bullet tips for bullets, and there's a couple other things you use lead for, but not anywhere near as much as those ones. Now I'm here in the desert biome right now because this is the only place that you can find oil shale, and that's this one here that I'm pulling up to right now. This is oil shale. Now one thing you will not find in the desert is coal, unless you're playing a game that's modded for it. The coal will not spawn in the desert. Now this is just regular stone, this guy here. This is you dig that up and you'll get small stones. You don't really need to look for stones, but I wanted to show you what that was on the surface so that you weren't confused. Now, you can dig up stone off the surface. You see those giant boulders there if you really need stone, but you're going to get it when you're mining other resources anyways. Now, to find the nodes, if you're having trouble finding them, just driving around, what you can do is open your map, zoom in, and you see these black dots on the map? Those are resource nodes. So, throw a quick waypoint on one of those black dots. It doesn't tell you from the map what it is. They're all black. But if you go to your waypoint like I've done here, what you'll find is this one is nitrate. You use nitrate to make farm plots because it's a good fertilizer, and fertilizer, of course, is also used in the creation of gunpowder. But in order to make gunpowder in 7 Days to Die, you have to combine nitrate with coal, which I'm going to see if I can find. There's one right there. But first we have to deal with a zombie who's doing a photo bomb. I'm trying to do a tutorial here, Ivan. Go away. This is coal. Okay, it's all black and shiny and all pretty. Now, if you dig any one of these nodes, if you break any one of these nodes with any of your mining tools, you will find a vein underneath that node that will lead you into the ground. And they can go pretty deep. So, I'm going to take you over here to one of my mining locations. This is a very discreet single hole shaft mine that I've dug here. And I'm going to talk about your attributes a little bit. So all your mining stuff is under strength. All right. The first one is Sexual Tyrannosaurus. This one is the one that I feel is the most important early on. You want to get this one up as far as you can, as early as you can before you start mining, because it reduces the cost of your tool usage, the stamina cost. So you'll be able to swing your mining tools more before you get tired. Miner 69er, this is where you're going to unlock the quality of tools that you want to make. The first one you want to take early. That unlocks iron tools. The iron pickaxe, iron shovel, iron fire axe. Each level after that, you can make better tools. And you'll also notice that you increase your damage by 50% and your block damage by 150% at the top with this perk. So it's definitely an important perk to take. The highest quality tool you can manufacture is 5. Like anything else in 7 Days to Die, if you want a 6, you got to find it or buy it. And Mother Lode is the final mining perk. This one is important, but it is not, in my opinion, super important. It's definitely not something you should be getting early game until you've increased your Miner 69er and your Sexual Tyrannosaurus to their highest levels. This just increases the amount of resource that you get whenever you break a terrain block, be it clay, stone, iron, or anything else. Now, under the perk books, you have the Art of Mining book set. These are of critical importance to any miner. Each one gives you a small perk or bonus or benefit of some kind Some of them teach you how to make stuff, like the Blackstrap Coffee. That's volume 4. Let's see, another one is, where did it go? The diamond tip, that's number 2. You can make the diamond tipped blades mod to put on your mining tools. And the most important one, in my opinion, is number 5, and that allows you to craft the resources into ore, or into compact stacks, sorry. So instead of having a stack of 6,000, you can now have a stack of 30,000. Very, very important. Now, number 6 is also important here because you'll take less damage from collapsing mines, and believe me, you're going to have mines collapse no matter how hard you try, no matter how good you are at calculating. I mean, unless you go super, super math and you stay strictly within the bounds of your calculations, you're going to have a mine collapse. Completing the book set gives you a 20% chance to one-shot any ore. Okay, so what that means is when you damage an ore block, and that only counts for ore, not the stone or clay soil, but when you damage an ore block, you have a 20% chance of it just breaking immediately, so you don't have to keep swinging at it. So it greatly increases your productivity. Okay, so now let's talk about tools here, because I touched on it a little bit, but the first thing you're going to start off with is a stone axe. Now, until you've increased your miner 69er, you're only going to have like a level 1. Okay, and all it requires is plant fibers, small stone, and wood. It's super easy to get the materials for. In fact, here, let me show you. I'll grab some grass here. I've got stone down below. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, crap. No, don't. So remember I said that mines, you'll have a mine collapse on you? This is kind of what it looks like from the top. Oh, man. One blade of grass was holding all of that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I took out a tree. I'm so sorry, Mr. Tree. Okay. I think we're about done there. Whew. That was close. Oh, it's not done yet. No, oh goodness, no. Oh, the earth is trying to swallow my truck. Oh, man. Well, okay. It was a, discrete single shaft, closed covered mine pit, but I guess now it's an open pit. Hey, on the plus side, I have to go down there and clean all that up, and I'll have lots of clay soil. I'll see you down there. All right, so I've cleaned up all the clay soil, straightened up my mine here a little bit, and as you can see, I have done quite a bit of mining here, but this is actually only about 15, 20 minutes worth of digging that I did before the collapse. So, now that we have an open pit, I mean, we're less concerned about cave-ins, which is, up another plus. Not exactly what I had in mind. Now, the shovel is something that you can use to dig up the gravel. The gravel is those brown, grayish, beige patches, the rocky-looking stuff in between the iron and the nitrate that you can see kind of in the background there. That's the gravel. You can use the shovel for that. I generally don't. I just use my mining pick, but you can. Now, for mods, you always want to get the bunker buster and the iron breaker as soon as you can and get them on your mining pick. Going to save you a lot of time. You're going to be digging a lot more. Okay, now you have a couple of choices after that. You can either put the structural brace mod on, which reduces durability damage on your tools by 25%, or when you get the book, you can make this, the diamond bladed tip mod, and that reduces your durability damage by 40%. So your tools will last longer. And it says hand tools, but it does actually fit and work on the power tools as well, the auger and the chainsaw. So once you've unlocked the diamond tip mod, the structural brace mod is pretty much kind of obsolete. So these are the tools. I mean, the shovel is what you use to dig up clay soil, and like I said, you can use it for gravel. I don't bother. I just use the mining pick, so I'm not going to show you the shovel. It's not hard to figure that one out. But let's take a look at the tools, all right, for mining. This is actually for ore and stone. I'm going to take the mods off the tools so that we can see their performance is bare bones, just a plain old tool, no mods. And we'll start with the stone pick or stone axe. Okay, this is your universal. This is my first tool. And as you can see, it takes, I think it's 11 shots, 11 swings to break a stone block. Okay, and you get 110 stone. You get experience for mining stone, clay soil, everything in this game. You get more experience for mining the ores. Okay, here, I'll show you. Where's some, oh, there we go. There's some lead. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it takes 20 swings to get lead, and I got 100 lead out of that. But you see the experience? It's more than, it's like double. Okay, now that's just with a stone axe. Bear in mind that I'm maxed out on my mining skills. You're going to take a lot longer to break these blocks than I do. There's the steel pick. 3 shots, 3 swings. I bust up the stone. I still get about the same amount of stone. I think I get about the same amount of resources like iron and lead. Same thing as far as yield goes. So yeah, about 210 and the same amount of XP. So it's just the number of swings that it takes. But you also have to remember that the heavier the tool, the more stamina it takes to swing. So you're going to be tired faster when you're using the heavy tools. That's why you want to get that sexual Tyrannosaurus up as fast as you can, because that's going to allow you to swing your tools more often. This is the iron mining pick. This is the one that you're going to probably use for the longest. I find that when I find steel picks, oh, let's see, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 swings to break stone. So 11 to break stone with the stone axe, 6 to do it with the iron axe, 3 to 4 swings to do it with the steel pick, not iron axe, iron pick. So you can see there's some pretty big differences. And again, the heavier the tool, starting with stone, I'm just going to throw that away. Starting with stone, you'll have iron and then steel. They consume more stamina, but they're more productive. Okay. Now, I would like to point out that I don't... Oh, wait. I want to show you the auger first. Haha. See, that's so much more fun. It may not seem faster, okay? It may not seem faster than the mining pick, but here's the advantage, okay? Let me show you your stamina bar when you're using an auger. It's right there. That's your stamina bar, because using an auger or any power tool consumes no stamina. All right. Now, when you are early game, you can mine underground using the stone axe. If you're like me, you like hide underground at night and just kind of quietly dig and mine away with your stone axe, kind of like this. That's me. That's me during when I first started playing 7 Days to Die. I would like dig a little hole in the ground and I'd just sit there and shiver. I could hear the zombies walking around upstairs, you know, up on the ground and crunching the grass right above my head. And yeah, I was really scared. But yeah, no, you don't have to do that. Mining is a good way to kill time at night if you don't feel strong enough or confident enough to go out at night and fight zombies. You can mine. But you're going to want to dig pretty deep, at least 30 blocks down below the ground level before you actually start mining, before you start digging across. And you want to do that so that the zombies can't hear you up on the surface. Now I'm going to show you real quick here. Just watch my stamina bar. That's the blue bar on the bottom left. I have a max stamina of 200. And you'll see how quickly it burns when I'm using the steel mining pick. And again, bear in mind, I've maxed out all my mining skills. Okay, so this is as good as it gets with the steel mining pick. So I got 1 block, 2 blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I was able to fully break 10 blocks and get just under 1,200 stone and 1,200 XP with the steel mining pick. All right. And that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's really good. But with the mining pick, you're spending stamina. All right. Once you move up to power tools, you've got the auger. Get rid of all of those. Now I'm digging with the auger. My stamina bar is actually how much gasoline I brought down with me. Gasoline and repair kits are what you're going to consume a lot of when you're mining with the auger. All right, but look at me go. The auger also damages a block more often. It hits the block more often. And each time you hit the block or damage the block, if you've completed the art of mining, the game will check to see whether or not you get to instantly break that block. So you get more chances to break the block. Now, as far as mods go on the auger, you always want Bunker Buster. You always want Iron Breaker. I always put Diamond Blade on there, and I always put the Motor Tool Large Tank mod. Okay, now you don't have to. There's a lot of debate on this one. A lot of people would prefer to put Gravedigger on there and have it for clay soil. But, I mean, the large tank just added 300 fuel capacity, so almost doubled the fuel capacity of my auger. That means I have to stop to refuel half as much. And that to me translates into more digging. I very rarely go after clay soil, so Gravedigger is sort of a wasted mod on my augers. So now we're going to talk about the buff foods that you want to use when you're mining. Okay, we have here rock candy, rock busters. The duration of them is 10 minutes, and they give you a 20% boost to your mining harvest. Now, I'm not sure if that's damage to the stone or to the ore, or if that's an increased yield. But what I want you to pay attention to here is the durations of these buff foods. Okay, the blackstrap coffee is 6 minutes. Okay, now the reason that the duration is important is because you can drink up to 3 coffees, and the durations will stack. You can eat up to 3 mining candies, and their durations will stack. So each one of those mining candies durations is 10 minutes. I can eat 3 of them in a row, and it'll still only give me a 20% mining boost, but it'll do it for 30 minutes. Okay? And the coffee will do it for 18 minutes at 6-minute base. And you can increase those durations with the Iron Gut perk under Fortitude. Okay? So I'm going to show you a bit about lighting here. First off, you'll get torches. They're decent. I mean, if any of you have ever played Minecraft, you're familiar with torches in mining. But in 7 Days to Die, you can get these as well. These are mining lanterns. They're much brighter, and they don't generate any heat. And heat generation is important when you're trying to avoid zombies. You can pick these lanterns up just like you can the torches, and you can put them on walls. But the mining helmet is the best mining light. You saw me turn it on there. And that one, it generates no heat, but it does make you easier to find if you have the mining light on when you're trying to sneak around. Zombies will detect you, so bear that in mind. So those are your lighting options. I mean, you could mine with night vision goggles. I don't really see why you'd want to, but whatever works for you. So another tool that you want to bring with you when you're mining is lumber. I cannot stress this enough. I mine in a multiplayer game with somebody who she very often forgets to bring lumber. She doesn't bring any wood frames with her, but I mean, you want to be able to make storage chests to put ore in. That's very handy. You're going to need to make wood frames for a variety of reasons. The first being, being able to get out of your mining shaft or your mining hole, mining pit when you're done. The sheer rock faces are really hard to climb, and unless you dig yourself a set of stairs, you could end up in trouble. You can use the wood blocks to make a floor, so that you can, dig another level here if you wanted to, and just keep building up and digging up like that. You can also use it as almost like scaffolding, just a temporary perch to stand on, so that you can mine up at the higher levels. Like, let's say you missed this iron here, you want to make sure you get it all, so hop up on a couple of blocks, and there you go. It's a handy defensive mining tactic as well if you're mining without any turrets, which I'm going to show you right now, because this is one of the most important steps, in my opinion, of mining, Even if you don't go up the turret or robotics inventor tree like I did, or the robotics inventor perks, you still want to have at least one turret with you. Anybody can make the robotic turret, basic robotic turret ammunition in their backpacks. You don't even need a workbench for it, and it's just raw iron ore is all it takes, and you can make that out in the field when you're mining. The turrets are super cheap, and they do need to be repaired by repair kits, but they last for quite a while, and these things are a godsend. I was so happy when they introduced these, because when you're standing in front of your turrets like I do, okay, I've always got at least one turret laser that passes through me while I'm mining. What's going on here? These guys, oh, I gotta load them. It's important to make sure they're loaded because they'll just sit there inactive if you don't load them. Alright, now that my turrets are actually loaded, they'll be active. And these are going to protect me as long as I'm being touched by laser lights while I mine. I should be able to mine pretty much unimpeded. I won't have to stop to shoot zombies. So I'm going to eat some candy and drink some coffee, and let's see how much ore we can pull out of the ground here in 20 minutes. Hey, look, my first zombies irradiated. Oh, there's a screamer way back there. Dropping in without an appointment. How rude. Now, the turrets is not foolproof, but it does significantly increase your productivity because you have to stop less. And that's about it. That's mining in a nutshell. You'll have to play with it, experiment, do what you can to, maximize your efficiencies, and have fun with it. Be careful. Keep your eyes open. Don't ignore zombies when they show up. And one more thing, as a courtesy, when you're on a multiplayer server and just out of self-preservation, even in single player, when you do this and you cause a huge collapse either on purpose or by accident, trust me when I tell you this saves you a lot of aggravation. If you just build a little wall, just 1 block high, you don't have to fill it in, you don't have to upgrade it or anything like that. Just trust me when I tell you that this will save you a lot of aggravation, because sooner or later you're going to come bombing down the hill on your motorcycle, intent on getting back to your base or going wherever you're going. It's going to be, your motorcycle is going to be loaded, or worse, your 4x4 is going to be loaded with stuff, and you're going to drive right into your hole or somebody else's. So if you just put just a 1 block high little curb around it, you'll prevent that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please post in the comments any other tutorials you'd like to see. I'll put up my own videos as I decide to make them. And, if you have any special requests, leave them with me and I'll do my best. This is Hive Tyrant 424 saying happy hunting, and we'll see you later.